again, for those of you who are just joining us, we're just running a short video while we're waiting for everyone to come on. It'll only be a few minutes and then we'll get started.
Ivan, you started going?
Okay, I think we're ready to begin. So once again, we're going to ask everyone to please mute their microphones so that we eliminate any of the background noise that's out there. I want to start by introducing myself. My name is Ray Martinez. I'm the school director of the Levittown campus. I want to welcome you all here to our counselor open house. We're going to try to do a bunch of things today, and one of them is to give you as much information about Hunter Business School as we possibly can. We know that we've been working with many of you for many, many years, but even for the counselors that have been working with us, we have lots of changes that have occurred over the last year, and we just want to make sure that everyone's up to date on what Hunter Business School is all about. So we have lots of people that are going to be talking about the different programs that we have. And then at the end of the presentation, we're actually going to do a Q&A. So we're going to ask you all to please hold your questions. At the end of the presentation, we'll be doing a question and answer period, and we'd be glad to answer your questions at that time. Next slide, please. Okay, so let's start with what Hunter Business School is, a little bit about our history and our philosophy. So Hunter Business School has been around since 1972. The reason we're called Hunter Business School is because we were originally just business school. So in 72, if you walked into Hunter Business School, you would have been walking into classrooms with typewriters. And the programs that we would have had at that time were strictly business program, accounting, bookkeeping, secretarial programs, things like that. Of course, over the years, we have changed, and we're more an allied health school than we are a business school at this particular point in time. So when we talk about Hunter Business School, we're really talking about a school that is geared towards training. So without reading the full mission statement, because you can read that on your own, just to summarize it very quickly, is that we have a great staff, we have a great curriculum, we have good history, and our goal is to train people in relevant fields where they can find jobs, and to do that as quickly as we possibly can and in an excellent way. So that's basically our mission statement. Hunter Business School is licensed by the state of New York. We are accredited by the Middle States Association, and some of our programs are programmatically accredited by either KHEP, and then our radiologic technology program, they are CERT accredited. Next slide, please. Okay, so some of the programs that we're going to be talking about today, and we're going to spend some time on those programs because we have all of our department heads present for this meeting, is the Medical Office Administration Program, the Computer Technician Networking Specialist Program, Web Application Design and Development Program. We have a Medical Assistant Program. We have a Practical Nursing Program at the Levittown campus. We have a Diagnostic Medical Sonography Program, which is available at the Medford campus. We have a Radiologic Technology Program, X-ray program, which is available at the Levittown campus. And we have a medical billing program on both campuses. So what we like to say to people is that we pride ourselves on having programs which are up to date. You know, all of these programs are constantly changing. So for example, the Computer Technician Networking Specialist program that you took even 3 years ago is very different from the Computer Technician Networking Specialist program that you take today because of all the changes in technology over that period of time. So we make sure that our programs are always relevant, up to date. We have small classes, which means that students have ample opportunity to ask questions and to get individual assistance. And we pride ourselves on giving students extra help after class, before class, during class, whatever it takes, in order to make sure that students have their individual needs assessed. And we have flexible class schedules. What we mean by that is the same programs, for the most part, most of our programs that are offered during the day are also offered in the evening. Next slide, please. Okay, so we talk a little bit about practical hands-on training. Again, Hunter Business School is very geared toward hands-on because our programs are hands-on. So you cannot be a computer technician if you haven't actually worked on a computer. So we spend a lot of time in theory, and then after theory, we apply that theory through hands-on work in all of our programs.
I put it on my phone. I dialed in.
Yeah, once again, we're going to ask people to please mute their
I
microphones.
couldn't get on it.
Yeah. Okay. So practical hands-on training, which means that all of the programs are going to have some portion which is theory or didactic, and then a portion where the students actually come into school and actually practice their skills. Okay, next slide, please. There we go. Okay, so one more thing before I turn this over to Chuck Copt. You know, a lot has changed over the last year. We've all been stuck in this pandemic, and we are very proud of the fact that we've been able to make this transition from classroom training to online training. And now we are moving in the direction of hybrid training. So a lot has changed over the last year, and I think that we've done it very, very successfully. I'm going to let our Corporate Director of Education, Chuck Copt, really talk about some of the changes that have occurred over the last year. Chuck?
Thanks, Ray. So as Ray mentioned, you know, to prepare our school for a safe hybrid learning experience, we've done a couple of things. We've purchased equipment to sanitize our school, and that's with a solution that kills both bacteria and viruses, and that's done on a weekly basis. In addition to our really beefing up the entire cleaning of our school on a daily basis. In addition, we've installed plexiglass barriers, and that's at every desk that a student sits at. We have reconfigured each of our classrooms to maintain proper social distancing. And we've implemented a COVID-19 questionnaire that all of our staff and students are mandated to complete each time they enter the building. We have a mask policy, have a temperature check station at each school, and we maintain social distancing. We have also upgraded our server infrastructure, and we provide new Chromebooks for each of our students to make their experience a better one. We offer both hybrid classes and virtual classes at this point in time. Our hybrid programs are those that have a lab component attached to them. Our other programs are taught virtually, and that's using a synchronous learning platform. And when I say synchronous, we're talking about a real time, just as we're doing now in this Zoom meeting, this would be considered synchronous. So that's what our students experience. We're beginning to offer concurrent learning classes where we have some students attending in person while others are attending virtually. And in order to accomplish this, the school just recently purchased 15 75-inch touchscreen monitors, which again improve the overall user experience. We pride ourselves on our ability to support our students and the agencies that we work with. And we do this by providing monthly attendance reports, monthly academic transcripts, regular extra help sessions, and student accommodations on an as-needed basis. These accommodations can include extra test-taking time or the ability to just come into the school to take advantage of our Wi-Fi. So those are some of the things that we've done from the educational standpoint. And what I'd like to do now is introduce you to Roseanne Romano. She is the program director for the medical assistant program, and she can talk to you a little bit about that program. Roseanne, it's all yours.
Thanks, Chuck. Good morning, everybody. Welcome virtually to Hunter Business School. I'm the program director for the medical assistant program. Our MA program is 910 hours in total. The students will spend 750 hours in school or in classwork, and then go out.
Yeah. It's on their end, it's not us. It's getting good too.
Course consists of medical terminology, anatomy and physiology, and a communications course. Our clinical courses are phlebotomy, in which our students will do live venipunctures. They'll practice on each other, and when they become competent, they'll bring in either family members or friends, in which they're allowed to perform venipuncture. They will learn EKGs, and again, perform on each other, and when become competent, we'll invite family members or friends to come in, and they're expected to finish 10 of them by the time they leave for externship. By the way, for venipunctures, we expect them to complete 25 live sticks before they leave for externship. They'll learn urinalysis, again, actually performing urinalysis. Microbiology, they'll be actually learning and performing throat cultures. And clinical skills, which is vital signs, which is your temperature, pulse, respiration, and blood pressure. And we expect them to complete 25 by the time they leave. Our asepsis course, which is a clinical course, they'll learn all about microbes and cleaning and sterilization. And then we have our last pharmacology course, which includes all the medications that they'll learn that patients are taking when they go out there. Our administrative and general courses are taught mainly online, so they'll take those virtually. Our clinical courses, our students are expected to come into school. They have to come into lab to actually perform them and become competent. We break them up into 2 groups usually to come into school. So in the classroom online, and we also have a simulation program called SimTix, in which they will simulate procedures. So the class at home is doing a simulation while the group in school is actually performing on each other. When they're here, again, as Chuck mentioned, they are socially distanced and wear masks, and there is plexiglass between them. When our students finish their in-school training, they'll go out and do an externship. We have many externship sites, Northwell and CityMD, ProHealth, and as well as private doctors' offices. Each campus has a program coordinator that will assign the site to the students and make sure that it's a good fit for the student. And the students will practice many of the procedures that they've learned in school, as well as learn new ones in the different specialty offices. We hope that when a student does graduate, they go on to take a certification exam. We are a KHEB, we have programmatic accreditation through KHEB for the medical assistant program. So we went through that accreditation so our students have the ability to sit for any certification exam they would like. We're very proud of that because we're the only school on Long Island that can make that claim. And so we encourage our students to take a certification exam. We are proud of our program. We're proud of our graduates. Matter of fact, when you go to your doctor's office, you should ask the assistant that's doing your EKG or drawing your blood where they graduated, and many of you will find that your Hunter graduate is performing the skills that they learned on you. And with that, I want to introduce Melissa Fabrizio. She is our Medical Office Administrative Chairperson.
Good morning, everyone. As Roseanne said, my name is Melissa Fabrizio. I'm the chairperson of the Medical Office Administration and Medical Billing Programs at the Medford campus. Our Medical Office Administration program is a total of 600 hours. It runs either during the day or in the evening. During the day, it runs for 5 months. Monday through Friday from 8:50 in the morning until 3. Evenings, it would run same 600 hours, but it's a total of 10 months, and it's Monday through Thursday evening from 6 to 10. Our Medical Office Administration program provides the students with administrative skills that can be used in both medical office and business office environments. Through the training, the students will receive comprehensive education in Microsoft Office, Google Suites, and QuickBooks, along with medical office procedures such as patient intake using electronic medical record systems, insurance claims, billing and coding, and medical terminology. The most common positions that our graduates obtain include medical secretary, medical office specialist, billing coordinator, customer service representative, and administrative assistant. Our medical billing program runs in the evenings only. It's 180 hours. It runs for approximately 3 months. And it is also Monday through Thursday evening from 6 to 10. The medical billing program prepares students for the administrative side of the medical field. Those that might already be detail-oriented, proficient in keyboarding and computer software might benefit from the medical billing program. This program, the students will learn about billing, coding, insurance verification, medical terminology, appointment scheduling, payment posting. They also utilize electronic medical record software, and they learn other important skill sets necessary in keeping the medical office running smoothly. These graduates will obtain entry-level employment as possibly billing coordinators, medical office specialists, patient coordinator, a health unit coordinator, things along those lines. And now I would like to introduce Kim Dalton. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Melissa. So hello, everyone. My name is Kim Dalton. I'm the Program Director for Hunter's Diagnostic Medical Sonography Program, which is offered at our Medford campus. The DMS program is a KHEP accredited program in abdominal sonography, OBGYN, and echocardiography. The program consists of a total of 2,470 hours, of which 1,176 are completed as clinical externship hours. This is a full-time program that runs Monday through Friday, 8:50 a.m. to 3 p.m. Our program has three main components: didactic coursework, practical lab classes, and clinical externships. Didactic coursework is currently being taught online, utilizing both synchronous and asynchronous methods, and is comprised of extensive coursework, including everyone's favorite, the physics of ultrasound, abdominal sonography, OBGYN, superficial structures, vascular, pediatric sonography, musculoskeletal, and echocardiography. Practical hands-on lab classes are taught on campus. During these times of COVID, in order to reduce the overall number of students and staff in the lab, we have divided our classes in half into A and B groups. Group A comes in for morning sessions, while Group B is home working on lecture material, and then they switch. We have the lowest possible student to machine ratio of 2:1 for maximum scan time. And I say this is the lowest possible ratio because as an ultrasound student, you do need a partner to scan with. It is because ultrasound is a safe imaging modality, our students learn how to scan by practicing on one another during Scan Lab on a variety of makes and models of ultrasound machines. To help prepare our students for the types of studies that are considered private or invasive, we provide them with ultrasound simulators and phantoms in order to supplement their educational experience in these areas while in the lab. We also offer regular open lab times when students can come in and take advantage of extra scan time and help outside of scheduled lab hours. While in the lab, we require our students and Scan Lab instructors to wear masks and face shields to promote a safe scanning environment. Students and faculty are also required to fill out a COVID-19 questionnaire prior to coming in, and temperatures are checked upon arrival. Our clinical affiliates are located throughout Long Island in both Suffolk and Nassau counties, in addition to Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, and Manhattan, which include hospitals, imaging centers, and private doctors' offices. Students receive an equitable externship experience in that they are equally rotated through diagnostic studies the program is accredited for in order to facilitate and ensure our students are well prepared and exceed expectations of hiring managers upon graduation. In our last reporting period, we had 100% in both job placement and ARDMS registry passing rates. ARDMS stands for American Registry of Diagnostic Medical Sonography, and it is considered the gold standard of registered sonographers. Because our program is KHEP accredited, our students are eligible to sit for the ARDMS registry examinations 60 days prior to graduation. This is a highly sought after and competitive program with a curriculum that was thoughtfully designed to graduate exceptional professional diagnostic medical sonographers. We do have admission prerequisites that include an associate's degree or equivalent number of semester credits, which must include college level courses in communication and/or English, algebra or higher level math, anatomy and physiology, and physics. Thank you for your attention, and it is now my pleasure to introduce the RadTech Program Director, Abe Najjar.
Thank you, Kim. Good morning, everyone. My name is Abe Najjar. I am the Program Director for Hunter Business School's Radiologic Technology Program, which in layman's terms means X-ray. So first you have to ask yourselves, what does it mean to be in the healthcare field today? Now more than ever, we are tested in the need of those who wants to help others and the communities become healthy. We in radiology are an essential part of this healthcare field. The Rad Tech program at Hunter Business School is a hands-on learning experience designed to help students get a job in the medical field. Our students have achieved a 100% graduation rate the last 2 years and a 100% pass rate on the National Registry exam the last 2 years. Our experienced faculty offer small class sizes, individualized support to ensure student success. The Rad Tech program at Hunter Business School is accredited by the JR Cert, which is the Joint Review Committee on Education and Radiologic Technology. They oversee pretty much all the X-ray programs in the country to make sure that we are holding our education to a higher standard that they require, as Mr. Ray Martinez stated earlier in his beginning slides. The program does require by New York State guidelines that the applicant must have a minimum of an associate's degree before applying for the program. But once you're in the program, Hunter Business School's Rad Tech program is a 2,080-hour curriculum-based program spread over the course of 16 months or 4 semesters, 5 days a week. 1,080 hours being classwork and 1,000 hours being in the clinical setting throughout Long Island and Queens. But with the recent events during the last year, we have to be resilient with adapting with the circumstances given before us. And so we've had to incorporate a hybrid learning platform into our curriculum. That includes a combination of separated in-person group classes and online formats. Students are sent to their respective hands-on clinical sites from the very first semester until their last semester with us at Hunter Business School. In addition to the standard program curriculum, students are given 2 ARRT approved courses in CAT scan and mammography, which means if the applicant or the graduate decides after finishing their career at Hunter Business School, they would like to further advance their education, they may do so in the fields of mammography and CAT scan. These 2 courses alone satisfy the didactic requirements set by the ARRT, who is our national registry body that oversees the imaging exams. Upon completion of the program, graduates are eligible to sit for the national certification exam given by the ARRT. And once that exam is taken and passed with a minimum of a 75, graduates are officially considered nationally licensed radiologic technologists in the entire North American continent. So maybe that move to Canada would look better in the summer as an X-ray tech after all. And now I would like to introduce the LPN Program Director, Bonnie Wegner. Thank you.
Thank you, Abe. Hello, I am the LPN Program Chairperson, and LPN is licensed practical nursing. Our program is 1,332 hours divided into 3 semesters, and we have a day program and an evening program. Our program builds upon itself, where we kind of start the students off with basic hand washing and infection control practices. Then we move on to taking vital signs. They then go on to learning how to do a head-to-toe physical exam. And I'm going to introduce you, if you can see my picture, this is our newest member of our Hunter Skills Hospital, and she is an auscultation mannequin. Due to COVID, we have had to adjust and teach the skills not necessarily in the clinical setting, because many of the long-term care facilities shut down to our students during COVID. So the students practice listening to lung sounds and heart sounds on this mannequin. They do bed baths on our mannequins. They learn how to make beds, change beds. Then they move on in the program to wound care. We've gotten some very interesting devices so that we can socially distance our students and still allow them to be able to practice their skills and master those skills prior to going into the clinical site. After they do wound care, they learn how to do straight catheters. They learn how to work with gastrostomy tubes. So we've adapted these gastrostomy tubes that the students can be at their desk, socially distanced, and still be able to practice their skills. Then they move on to tracheostomy care and suctioning, and we've also made some creative adjustments to that area as well. From there, they move on to medication administration. They do oral medication administration, and they also do injectables. Every student gets a injection pad, and they're able to practice intramuscular, subcutaneous, and intradermal injections. While they're going through the program, As they master these skills in the lab, they then go into the clinical settings and they're able to practice those clinical skills on their actual patients. Our clinical sites are in the community. They range from long-term care to subacute care, rehab facilities, and some outpatient facilities. Our students are accompanied by a registered professional nurse that supervises all of their activities in the clinical setting. They also learn IV therapy. They learn how to monitor and maintain an IV therapy. Our NCLEX pass rate, which is our national certification exam, is 93%. After they complete the program, they are eligible to sit for that national exam, and they can request licensure in any state in the US after they take that exam. So at this point, I would like to introduce Mr. Jim Fetter. Thank you for your attention.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jim Fetter. I'm the CTNS chairperson at Hunter Business School in Levittown. That's the Computer Technician Networking Specialist program. And, you know, one of the things I'd like for you to think about is what office in the world does not use information technology? How many of you have had problems with remembering passwords and you had to call the tech to reset them? Or perhaps you were in an area where the Wi-Fi was not working to your expectations or at all, and you needed a tech to help you connect to the Wi-Fi environment. Many of you are now remotely accessing your workstations from home to be able to work with your clients. We have these meetings that take place, such as the one right now, on camera. A lot of you in the office environments have experienced issues where you had printer jams, or you ran out of ink or toner, or you weren't connecting to the correct printer. Perhaps there was a catastrophe with the network that you work on, and the network techs had to come in, and it may have taken some time, but eventually they get the systems back up and running again. We also have students that have gotten jobs working with biomedical repairs, doing help desk support, helping people over the phone, electronics repairs, like in the mom and pop repair shops, or the you break I fix type shops, where when you have problems with a broken screen or a broken camera or a microphone, and so forth and so on. Our students get jobs doing help desk, working as bench technicians, such as the Geek Squad at Best Buy, or the tech services department at a place like Micro Center, or some of the local shops that are in your town. We have students that get jobs in field service, where they go out and they could do cable installations, they can do network setups. They're able to go on demand, part of a managed services agreement. They can get a job working with retail, such as the case when you go to Best Buy or you go to Micro Center and you need guidance on the correct purchasing decisions for supporting your information technology environment. And then, of course, you could be an in-house tech, where you go to one building and then you support all of the IT equipment in that one building every day. The Computer Technician Networking Specialist program is 900 hours day and evening. Courses are available 6 hours a day, 5 days a week in the daytime, for a total of 30 hours per week. And at night, it's 16 hours a week, 4 nights a week, 4 hours a night. Broken up into 3 major sections: electronics, which is where the students get hands-on skill to learn soldering for circuit assembly. Like, for example, with this fiber optic kit, they learn the fundamentals of fiber optics. They have the ability to repair and assemble circuits for testing, leading to employment opportunities. So they get tools and a tool bag that they could use. This is one of the tool bags that they get, which get filled up with the tools, such as a multimeter, such as a network toolkit, which is used for the setup and diagnostics of networks. They get an anti-static wrist strap. They get a parts organizer. They also get and receive the materials such as a motherboard. This is a small sampling, the motherboard, and also the computer towers, where they get a chance to build their own computers that they will take home upon completion of the course. Of course, I snagged myself. All right. And as you listen to the computer repair section, they learn to install and configure Windows in a blend of Microsoft operating systems. They'll have hands-on training with computer hardware, virtual machines, and servers. In the networking section, there are hands-on projects with wired and wireless technologies, network troubleshooting, both physical and logical, as well as managing accounts for users in a domain environment. It's structured, the program is structured of theory and hands-on labs. The theory portion is being taught virtually, and students come to the campus to experience the lab in a socially distanced environment. Students learn a number of service and repair techniques to fix hardware and software problems, as well as build, support, upgrade, and secure computers on a small office, home office network that we have in the classroom. Each student will build their own computer to be used in the classroom throughout their training and will own it once they complete the program. Our program also includes configuration, management, and troubleshooting of common wired and wireless network devices, network compliance and operations security, along with threats and vulnerabilities. You know, nobody wants to be the one that opens up that email that causes a problem with the security or structure of a network information technology environment. Students are prepared to take the CompTIA A+ certification exams. The A+ certification is an entry-level computer certification for PC computer service technicians that is internationally recognized. Over 95% of our students that take the exam pass. Included in our program is a Chromebook. There's a Chromebook that they will receive, or something like a Chromebook. The tool bag, the computer parts, which I also showed you. And thank you for the privilege of being able to teach the clients. I hope you find it as rewarding as we do. Without any further ado, I'd like to introduce you to George McRegmond. He is the chairperson for the Web Application Design and Development Program. George?
Thank you, Jim. Good morning, everybody. Yes, as Jim said, I'm George McRegmond, the program chairperson for a Web Application Design and Development Program. I'm also the lead instructor for the program as well. This program is a 900-hour program with 720 hours in the classroom instruction portion, and then 180 hours of externship at the end. The program curriculum is designed to teach computer coding from the standpoint of a beginner with no prior experience in order to give them fundamental skills that they can use to enter in the industry as a entry-level web developer. Web development is sort of a blanket term that covers a number of things. It covers simple website design to standalone application development, and also data analysis and marketing. Even social media is put into that broad term, and students can enter into a number of jobs in those small offshoots of the web development area in the industry. There are some admission requirements for this program. Currently, the program is being taught remotely, but when in person, it is taught only in our Levittown campus and only during the daytime, with class hours running from 8:50 a.m. in the morning till 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So with the admission requirements, there's a assessment that we have them go through. There's small projects that they have to work on and submit to us in order to show aptitude, because this program is not meant to teach people how to use the computer. What we use is we use the computer as a tool that we will use to create web-based applications. First and foremost, the number one thing we're looking for with a candidate for this program is an interest and aptitude with technology. And that's going to be able to get them through the hard times that come from coding, because coding involves a lot of problem solving, a lot of organizational skills, et cetera. If somebody doesn't have a vested interest in doing all that, they're not going to be able to get over the frustrating periods of time that occur when someone is actually doing coding. Students are taught through hands-on instructions, basic techniques, design styles, and best practices to follow in a wide range of development languages, which gives them a diverse set of skills that they can use to enter into the field of web development. The externship portion of our program, which is at the end of all the taught curriculum, is where they are going to be taught and mentored by local companies in a real world environment in order to hone the skills that are taught in the classroom itself. The internet is a very, very big entity out there, and it changes almost on a day-to-day basis. So with that, as technology and internet things change, so does our curriculum. We always make sure that we're following trends that are in the industry. We communicate very closely throughout the entire year with the companies that are going to be hosting our externship students, as well as companies that have hired students from us in the past. And we talk about things that are going on and see if we need to make adjustments to the curriculum to make sure that what we're teaching is keeping up with the changes in technology that occur in the world. But right now, and basically the way it's been since the start of the program, we really have four main focuses of the curriculum. And number one, it is standard website design with a focus of mobile development and responsiveness and e-commerce. We also focus on standard application development, which is building an app that's separate from a website, where we teach components of computer science and general programming. We touch upon data analysis and database management, utilizing a lot of the very popular and widely used database tools that are out in the industry, like MySQL Workbench, Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle database systems, and even Microsoft Access. And also we go into areas related to marketing, content management, and search engine optimization. We touch upon Google Analytics and even social media marketing and email marketing campaigns and things like that as well with that part of the curriculum. In addition to the standard curriculum, we introduce guest speakers frequently into the classroom during the education process. So business owners, employees of companies, even former students can share aspects of their journey and what the expectations of the field are and just what the industry feels like in general. Very often our students, when they get hired by companies, within a short period of time, they have progressed into newer positions within that company. And a lot of times they like to share their journey, but they're also coming back to us because they're looking to hire a new student that will fill their previous role within the company as well. Students are going to be being taught and also building a code-based portfolio during their time here. We do something around over 100 small projects that we're able to build out and they could show as examples, from simple applications like a project that allows you to compute the square root of a number to a project that's more intensive, like being able to take a PDF file and utilize the computer's text-to-speech ability to have it read it back to them. And we also have them design a live portfolio website to help showcase their work. And that is also integrated with our career development portion of the program as well, to train them and get them ready for interviews and related skills that will bring them to their career in the field of web development. With that, I'd like to turn it over to David Sommer, who is our career services representative in the Medford campus. David?
Thank you, George. Appreciate it. Hello, I'm David Sommer, and I'm the Director of Career Services. At Career Services, we engage our students early in their journey. We build a trusted relationship with our students. We get to know the individual so we can develop a career focus and direction that's unique to the student's background, ability, and wishes. We build our relations by including job interview skills, mock interviews, one-on-one conversations, resume prep, cover and thank you letter writing, career counseling and support. We listen and communicate with our students frequently. We're flexible and we understand their needs. We teach teamwork, business ethics and morals, confidence and responsibility. We prefer students that have a strong desire to work and be independent. Hunter Business School has a long-term relationships with its hiring managers. We build that relationship and our brand based on providing quality education and placing our students with pride, knowing that our graduates will compete and perform to a professional level. We place our students with companies that measure performance based on productivity, teamwork, personality, common sense, the desire to be successful, professionalism, responsibility, accountability, and utilization. We prepare our students to meet the demands of the job market. Let's talk about our placement rates. For computer technician networking specialists, we place 72% of our grads. Medical billing specialists, 70% of our graduates are placed. 86% placed in medical assisting. Medical office administration, 77%. 85% of the radiologic technology students are placed. Web application design and development, 70%. Licensed practical nurse, 83%, and 100% of our students are placed in diagnostic medical sonography for an overall average of 79% of our students that are placed. I'd like to introduce my colleague in Career Services, Felicia Canija. She'll talk a little bit about the companies that have hired our students. Felicia?
Hi, good morning and happy Friday, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Felicia. I'm one of the career service advisors at Hunter Business School in our Levittown campus. Many of your students accept positions a week or two before they finish the program, which is really great. A few places where our students have got hired are from the following: City MD, Stony Brook Hospital, Northwell, Swanger, St. Francis, Mount Sinai, Nassau Medical University Center, Micro Center, NYU Langone, Princeton, Avanti, Insight Global, Best Buy, Hosio, and many more. Many of our students also get hired from their externship as well as their clinical sites. We work with the students from the day that they start here at Hunter and even when they finish the program. The common goal we have for all of our students is for them to have a great experience here at Hunter and for them to be successful once they enter the work field. Please take a look at the following testimonies from Sarah and Kelly, who are former students of Hunter.
Hi, my name is Sarah and I'm a recent graduate of the Hunter Daytime Medical Assistant Program. Coming into this program in the middle of a pandemic was nothing short of challenging. And I think we all could agree. So many things were unknown between what was going to happen in the school and what was going to happen when we left school. For me, Hunter helped me on a professional standpoint and a personal standpoint. On the personal standpoint, the knowledge I gained here at Hunter helped me tackle so many issues, especially more of a major one, that were so unseen and so unbelievably challenging. But my knowledge helped get me through it. With professional, I was given so many opportunities between employment after externship and with externship itself. I have taken so many things from 2020 and really looked back and said, okay, was it all bad? Because Hunter really allowed for me to grow as a person, from changing my career path at the age of 24 and not really knowing what I wanted to do, to giving me lifelong friends from Hunter that I will cherish for the rest of my life, for allowing me to start my career and have it only be the beginning and have so many opportunities present themselves. It's an amazing feeling.
Hi there. All learning institutions will tell you how warm, caring, and friendly their staff is, and that holds true for Hunter Business School, but there's so much more. I'm a hands-on learner, and that's one of the reasons I decided to enroll with Hunter Business School. However, March 2020, well, the world went through some pretty big changes, one of them being going from the classroom to online learning. And I was a little bit afraid of how that was going to impact all the courses. But let's just say Hunter Business School rose to the challenge. In addition to their knowledgeable teacher lectures, they implemented some online learning tools and programs so that when we were allowed to go back into the classroom, I was pretty confident in all my abilities. So if you're afraid of doing some online learning, don't let that hold you back. Hunter Business staff is there with you every step of the way, and they will do whatever they need to do to help you succeed. I'm proud to be a part of Hunter Business School, and I'm proud to be in the medical assistant program.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. I'm Bridget Headley, the admissions director of our Levittown campus, and we really appreciate you taking the time out of your day for a virtual meeting with us. It's been a long time since we've really gotten to see anybody in person. Our goal today is to give you a general overview of Hunter, the resources that are available to our students, what's new, and to give you an opportunity to ask some questions. As Ray mentioned earlier, we're going to be opening up shortly for your questions. Janet Chiafalo and I are your main contacts here at the school, and we've spoken to many of you. If you have someone that you would like to refer to us, you can have them call our direct numbers, which we'll put up on the screen at the end of this presentation. Once in a while, your clients might inquire online. We won't necessarily always find out soon enough that they're working with Access. Sometimes that comes up later. So having them call us directly is best whenever possible. And then we will interview the candidates ourselves and follow up with you. Because of our current circumstances, admissions is interviewing candidates either virtually or by phone. Any paperwork that we do is also being done electronically at this time. The general admissions requirements for the school are that a candidate must be at least 17 years old, provide proof of an acceptable high school diploma or GED, be a citizen or have their green card, and be interviewed by admissions to be considered. Our radiologic technology, LPN, sonography, and web design programs have additional requirements that might include, depending upon the program, things like testing, letters of recommendation, a project, an essay, sometimes drug screening or background checks, and interviewing with a program chairperson. Those programs typically do not start as often and will likely have limited seating. If we would like to enroll one of your clients into a program, we would follow up with you first to make sure that we're okay to proceed and do enrollment paperwork. We would also provide you with a letter with the program information, the schedule, and any Pell eligibility from financial aid. Because we're operating in a hybrid format right now, students would need to have their own computer, something other than a phone. Most programs will require that students have one device to work on and one to access class. So we will provide a Chromebook as well in those cases. And Janet and I are here for you at any point in the student's education. We want you to feel free to reach out to us anytime you need to. And now I'm going to turn it over to Janet Chiafalo from our Medford campus.
Good morning. I'm Janet Chiafalo, as Bridget mentioned, Director of Admissions over at the Medford campus. Thank you for joining us today. As you already know, or most of you may already know, financial aid is available to those who qualify. Financial aid consists of federal grants, student loans. Payments plans are available if applicable. Hunter participates in U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs post 9/11 GI Bill, as well as other chapters. As part of the admissions process, prospective students will meet financial aid to discuss their options. We have a wonderful team of professionals that really handhold our students each step of the way. I'd like to introduce a short video from our financial aid team.
Applying for financial aid has never been this easy. You may have applied for financial aid before and felt lost or even confused. At Hunter, we take away the guesswork. We will guide you through the entire process from start to finish.
Qualified applicants can receive grants and low-interest federal direct student loans. We also offer our students affordable payment plan options.
During the virtual appointment, you'll complete the FAFSA application, master promissory note, and entrance counseling. But don't worry if you're not familiar with these terms. An experienced advisor will break it down for you so that you have a solid understanding of your financial aid award package.
We also maintain an open line of communication. If you have any questions, you can reach us by phone, email, or we can schedule a virtual meeting and discuss any concerns that you may have.
The Financial Aid Department would like to thank you for considering Hunter Business School to further your education, and we wish you many years of success.
And there you have it, our wonderful team. Available resources to our students. Students have the opportunity to be nominated into our National Technical Honor Society if they meet certain criteria. We offer extra help both virtually and on campus. We offer loaner devices if a student doesn't have a home computer with a microphone or camera. So that's important, again, for instruction. Makeup time is offered if needed. Refresher courses are available to our graduates. It was my pleasure to be here with all of you today. And again, I thank you for our continued partnership. I'd like to introduce the owner and president of Hunter Business School, Mr. Jay Funds.
Thank you, Janet, and thank you all for attending Hunter Business School's first ever online open house. The videos and talks make Hunter look exciting, comfortable, and a caring school. What's really important to us and to you is also our outcomes. You heard from David that our placement rates are as good as they are last year. We have 8 strong career service counselors that work with approximately 800 students in both schools. During COVID, we at Hunter have done many changes, as you have in your professional roles. We seem to go through waves of emotion with our students and staff. With each new stage, we have adapted. As you have seen, we've transitioned from a pretty successful face-to-face brick and mortar school to an online hybrid learning one. We know our strength was always in working face-to-face with students, but we think now that we've found another way to connect to our students, and that's with online learning. Just a short note about who I am. I have a master's degree in social work and was a school social worker in Boston for about 7 years before I came to Long Island. I worked as a school director at another school for about 15 years before I purchased Hunter Business School from Florence Crewman about 22 years ago. At that time, she believed and loved working with county and state agency students and staff. She found great joy in knowing that she was able to be such a powerful change agent. I continue with that feeling and believe that Hunter is continuously being a great school to train your clients. Well, almost all of them. We keep on trying to get to the 100% number. So please, as I've been talking, we have a Good News Monday that we produce every week to show and send out to counselors to see how we're doing. So look at that and believe that Hunter can still do that. I just want to bring up an interesting article that was in Newsday within the last week about how community colleges population has dropped. I believe Suffolk has dropped about 10% and Nassau has dropped about 16% in population. They talk about students having a difficulty in the gap year, and with the gap year, will they ever actually return to school? They talk about students also wanting to go to a career training focused program. Hunter has that focused training. We have been successful. Our placement rates have been extremely high, over 80%, and also our graduation rates have been also extremely high of over 80%. And you compare that to a larger institution like a community college, and you'll find out your students will not get lost. So again, I thank you for your attention. I thank you for your support of Hunter Business School, and hang in there. I think we only have a few more months left of this craziness.
Thank you, Jay. All right, we thank you so much for coming and taking the time out of your day for this. We wish we could do it in person, and hopefully we'll be able to do that soon. Please reach out to Janet and I if you have any questions at all. I know the Career Services Department, the Education Department, the instructors, everyone is more than happy to talk to any of you at any time if you have questions about your clients.